Any questions on the homework, you guys? Had to find. Oh, you just had to match them. Yes? 7. Graph the function. Hoping you know how to do it. So I did give it to you in the test. No. Good page. So, the zeros are positive 2 and negative 1. The leading term is x to the third, and the last term is 4. That means it crosses the y-axis of 4. I know that at 2, it bounces off, it does not go through. And also, since it's positive, first term is positive, goes up on the right and down on the left. Since the multiplicity of this 0, positive 2, is 2, does not go through the x-axis, it just bounces off the x-axis. So a good graphing might look like that. Good? Any other questions? Any questions? Are you good? All right, let's see what else there is. These. 15 is the last one. What's wrong with that one?
They never changed this sign.
Yeah, it looks like the 0 is at negative 2 and positive 1. It bounces off of positive 1, so we go. Okay, right? Any questions? Anything else from that assignment? Could you do like 12? I know I didn't assign it. It's not a really good one.
Can we do 13?
Sure. I think this has 2 imaginary zeros. It's just my thought. B squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac is definitely. That's 1 minus 4, negative 3. So if I were graphing it, it crosses the x-axis at 3. Third degree polynomial. It probably does something like And as long as it goes through the x-axis, positive 3, it's good. As long as the right side goes up and the left side goes down. Oh, we can figure out where it crosses the x-axis. It crosses at negative 3. So if you multiply this times that, you get negative 3. Got a little other hand there. I don't know what it does. Definitely it flattens out a little bit for a while. And it never stops going down though. There might be a maximum, I don't know. Doesn't matter. As long as it crosses once, goes through the y-axis at negative 3, that's good. Any other questions? No? Okay, let's go through some more notes. So where does this cross the x-axis, or the y-axis? At 8. Now this last number squared, 16 times 1 times 1/2 is 8. It's got a double 0 at 4, single 1 at negative 1. Leading term is x to the 3rd, 1/2 x to the 3rd. Right side goes up, left side goes down. Like that. This one, where's it cross the y-axis? This number times that number times that number times that. 1 and 1/2. Yeah. It's negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3 times 2 is 6. Times 1/4 is 6/4, which is 1 1/2. Crosses the x-axis at negative 2. Positive 1, positive 3. Leading term is 1/4 x to the 3rd. Right side goes up, left side goes down. Goes through, and through. Goes through. Oh, down like that. Goes through. Any questions? it's a third degree polynomial, all you need to do is find one. And then you can find the last two using the quadratic formula, or solve by taking the square roots. What you get? -2? Yeah, so if you graph it, C crosses the x-axis at -2. You can divide by -2. Drop down to 6 times -2. +7. -2. Oh, yeah, something's up. Because it's -12. That would be -7. -7 times -2 is +14. -3 times -2 is +6. Again, there's 0. So this isn't enough information to be scrutinized for, you see. Okay. I'll be able to find the other two using the quadratic formula. You start with b squared minus 4ac, you get a positive number. Two. Oh, that's nice. So x equals -b plus or minus the square root of this all over 2 times 6 is 12. 18 over 12. -4 over 12. X is 3 halves. X is -1/3. X is -2. All three zeros. Probably could have factored that. Gosh. Inside's 2x, outside is 9x. Yeah, we could have factored it as well. If we set 3x plus 1 equal to 0, you subtract 1 and divide by 3. You get -1/3. If we set 2x minus 3 equal to 0, you add 3 and divide by 2. You get +3 halves. So quadratic formula, refactor, or solve by factoring. Those are the 3 zeros. Any questions? Find all real zeros. Triangle points, please. do?
You calculated it.
Calculator it? Is that what he said?
Yes.
Sure, I like it. Who knew? I didn't get any nice numbers. Who? I didn't find it. What did you find?
I have a y-intercept.
I know the y-intercept, it's -6. I got -1.5.
Okay.
This is cool. What the heck? Oh, 'cause it's 18. Not 1 and 8. It's -1.5 of 18. Clever. -27, what's that, -6? -1.5 of -6.
No.
It's -1.5 of -4.
6.
6. What's that?
And it cancels out and now we factor it.
Yeah, there's a common factor. No, it's not a common factor to begin with, is there?
2.
There is not. So I have 18x squared minus 6x times 4. So take the 2 out. You think it factors? Sure does.
Well, it has to be 3x on the, you forgot the 3x in the box on the.
What's that?
You forgot to, because you have 2 parentheses, 3x, parentheses,
Oh,
x.
I need
You
another
you
3.
still need 9. No problem.
Inside 6, outside is 3, so I have 6 to be negative. 1, 0 is -1.5. 1, 0. It's 2/3. And the last 0. is 1/3.
Not friendly zeros.
What's that?
Those are some not friendly zeros.
No. But it wasn't too bad to figure out. Remember, all the zeros are factors of 6, which is 1, 2, 3, and 6, over all the factors of 18, which is 1, 2, 3, 6, 18. So this one was negative 3 halves, here's 3 over 2, no problem. 2/3, 2 over 3, no problem. 1/3, 1 over 3. Yeah, it all works out. Remember the last number's on the top, and the first number's on the bottom. Right? Last, first, top, bottom. Notice alphabetically, first and bottom are first, last and top are last. Just a way to remember the last number you put on the top. Some people still mix that up on the test now. Graph each function. Identify the x-intercepts and the points where the local maximums and local minimums occur. Determine the intervals for which it's increasing and decreasing. Have we done that one before? Okay. So we need to know x-intercepts. Maximum, minimum, increasing, decreasing. Okay, so this is a calculator all the way through thing. So grab your calculator, grab on your calculator, see if you can find those points and intervals. Prayers to this family. Flight for life is flying by. It's probably something serious. Zoom 6. Okay. Only crosses the x-axis in one spot. Do you guys know how to find the 0? The single 0, use second trace. And there's a function called 0. So choose it. You choose it by pushing number 2. And it wants you on the left side of the 0 and the right side of the 0. So you cursor right and left until you're on the left side of the 0, which is now. And press enter. And then cursor until you're on the right side of the 0, which is like now. And press enter. You can see there's these dotted lines. The 0 has to be in between the two dotted lines. That's the trick. Press enter one more time. It'll give you the number. Negative 1.196. Give me 3 decimals past the decimal place. Negative 1.196. So the x-intercept is That's the x-intercept. Maximum, we're looking for this point. And we graph, it's this point. Looks like x is 0 there, but maybe not. And then the minimum is this point right here. So we're trying to find those 2 points. There's a function on your calculator right next to right next to 0 that will find a maximum. So I'm going to look for the maximum now. And that's under second trace. Maximum, you can see it's the 4th choice. So you choose 4, that's the number 4. Now, it wants the left side of the maximum. So I'm on the left side, I'm just going to press enter. And it gives me a nice dotted line right there. Go to the right side and press enter twice. The maximum has to be in between my 2 dotted lines. And then press enter a second time. And I get this number, see how it has an E? It's exponential form, no scientific notation. So this is the point, this is the number 0.00004284, which is pretty small. So use the 0.06 for that. 0.06. And then let's find the minimum. And use the calculator again. Second trace again, and the minimum is the 3rd selection right there. Choose 3. You want to be on the left side of the minimum, like as close as possible to the right side of the minimum. And we get 0.22. Whoa, 2.2. Increasing. So the 2.2 is the minimum. That's the maximum. So it goes up like that, goes like this, and through there, like that. So you can see it increases, because you always read these things left or right. It increases, then decreases, then increases. Right? You only use x values to describe where it's increasing, decreasing, and increasing. So the x values are here. All the x values to the left of 0, it's increasing, right? That's like this part of the graph right here. It's increasing, and it's going up. And then it increases to the right of 2. Increases some more. Remember, you only use x values. So it increases to the left of 0, to the right of 2. And in between 0 and 2, this section is decreasing. So what do you say in between 0 and 2? Is you say 0 is less than x is less than 2. That means between 0 and 2. You always put the small sign first, biggest number last, and you only use less thans. Any compound inequality written with one statement has to have the smallest number first, biggest number last, and only less thans. Any questions? Is this the same question? It is. Maybe a little bit more involved. So I can try this one. I've done it quarter after. I might just graph it, talk through, because I do have something to teach you. And I think I taught you previously. That was a different year. Okay, let's graph this quickly. See how there's a minimum down here? Because it goes down and up. I'm just going to extend my x or my minimum so that I can see what number that is. So my window, my minimum, I'm going to make it 30. Change my y scale to 5s. Oh, I changed the x scales to 5s. 30 wasn't enough. Window. X scale still 1. Y scale 10. And I'll make my minimum -60. What the heck did I do? Still can't see it. I'm going to make my y minimum -100. Okay, finally saw it. So we can use the same thing to find that one. There are 2 minimums and 1 maximum. It goes down and then up and then down and then up. But I still have to teach you one more thing. Odd and even functions. Even functions have an axis of symmetry. You know that about quadratic functions. Odd functions are actually symmetric about the origin. Any point that you have along this thing, x comma y, there's also a point, -x comma -y. Now you can look at a function and tell me if it's even or odd, because all the powers, if they're all even, then it's even. If they're all odd, then it's odd. What about this first one? Is it even, odd, or even? Odd. Sadly, it's not just that though. Because I want you to show the work that has you decide it's odd. And the work you have to show. So you have to find f of -x. That's -x cubed, oops, -7 times -x. You replace all the x's in the problem, so if you're trying to find g of -x, it's -x to the 4th plus -x squared minus 1. Okay? And then you simplify. If you have a -x to an odd power, the negative just comes in front. Plus 7x. If you have a -x to an even power, the negative disappears. Because a negative times a negative times a negative times a negative, that's 4 of them, make it positive. So if we have a -x to the 4th power, the negative disappears. -x times -x is x squared. Notice this is the same as what we started with. That means it's even. Okay? This one is not the same as what we started with. However, if you factor out -1 and get what we started with, that means it's odd. Okay? I think there's more to this one. I think this is h of x is x to the 3rd plus 2. Okay? So I'll do this one. H of -x is -x to the 3rd power plus 2. That is -x to the 3rd power plus 2. Not the same as what I started with. If I take out a negative at a time, this is not the same as what we started with. This is all right, good luck getting your homework.
You know, this stuff,